Coogan is right here. We're going to be talking about Alan Partridge on the road and many other things. It's his new show, Stratagem. Steve Coogan joins me now. Alan is back, informing, educating and entertaining us.
Well, those are the Reithian values.
Of course
supposedly.
they are. And apparently going to bring us together.
Well, you know, it's, I mean, really, people sort of ask me what the show's about. At the end of the day, it's just nonsense, really.
Nonsense is good.
It's quality nonsense. Quality nonsense.
Is better.
Yeah, I hadn't done Alan live for 12 years, and it just felt like time to go out there and sort of meet the audience again. Also, having not been because of COVID and the last 2 years, people being isolated, the only kind of comedy that was working was when people listened to it on their phones or watched stuff on their phones. And it's like one person and being in a crowded room with a bunch of people who are all laughing at the same time, it almost seemed like a sort of a fading memory. Yeah. And so it's fantastic to be in a room where people are all laughing together at the same time. And it sort of reminds you like how important laughter is, especially in these sort of quite really trying times. So it's been a real sort of unexpected pleasure just to have something unfiltered. You know, I'm standing there trying to be funny, and they're all standing there laughing most of the time.
I bet they are. We've all, especially when we work in live telly, especially when we work in daytime live telly, we've all had our Alan moments. And I always remember, do you remember when he was interviewing, you as Alan, interviewing Roger Moore, and he was going round a roundabout and he didn't actually make it into the studio? Same thing happened to me with Michael Parkinson. Really? I was interviewing him live and he got caught in traffic and we had to interview him going round and round a roundabout, and I was like, this is Alan Partridge.
Well, everyone has their Alan moments, which I think is why. I think in the old days, people used to laugh at Alan because there, but for the grace of God go I. But these days, I think it's younger people laugh at it because it reminds them of their parents' generation. But to your Roger Moore example, Roger Moore actually spoke to me about that when I met him. One of my most exciting moments was that I had dinner with Shirley Bassey, Roger Moore, and Michael Caine.
Behave yourself.
That was a real. So anyway, it was one of that is a load of name drops there. But anyway, But I remember he said to me about that when I said he was supposed to be on the show. His mother was still alive then. That's how long ago it was. Not only was he alive, his mother was. And he said, his mother said, Roger, it wasn't very nice of you not to show up on that TV show. And he said, I had to explain to her. I said, Mother, it's a satire.
It's fantastic. Yeah. I saw you on the BAFTAs when you did the Alan, when you were being Alan. Interestingly, at the BAFTAs as well, there was a lot made of the fact that Channel 4 is under threat, and I know that that's something really close to your heart.
It is, because I've just worked for Channel 4, and they're a fantastic group of people to work for. They care about art, but also something that works and is significant. And we did the show Chivalry that got fantastic reviews that everyone's very, very happy with. But the history of Channel 4 is a sort of an opportunity. The whole channel is an opportunity to sort of showcase and let new talent live and breathe. And if it's privatised, it will become just another generic channel out there. If it's owned by a big American company, it will become just something which is cultural vanilla. And where the marketplace dictates what's on that channel. What's made it significant is the fact that it has nurtured talent that has then gone on to become significant throughout the world. You know, our colonial days may be over, but the biggest export we have as a country throughout the world is our pool of creative talent that still resonates throughout the whole country. And that's because, it's not because of the marketplace, it's because a channel like Channel 4 has been supported by the government. And there's a notion, certainly amongst people on the right of politics, that, you know, art should just survive in the marketplace. In actual fact, William Shakespeare didn't survive in the marketplace. He was subsidised. You know, he had patronage from, royal patronage, but people who gave him money to support the art he was doing. And the knock-on effects, because they're not immediately quantifiable, get sort of shoved to one side. But they are the benefits of a company like Channel 4 in its current state are immeasurable.
And also, you know, if you think about it, if you want to think about it, as fact as cold, hard cash goes, you know, that it makes a lot of money, as well as, you know, being global, it makes money for... So it doesn't make any sense at all. And it means, you're right, it's all about challenging programming. And, yeah, there's daft things like, you know, shows with people showing their bits and all the rest of it. There's all of that aspect of it. But there's also some really, really important stuff going on. And you're going to be starring in, well, as one of the most loathed characters, I think, Jimmy Saville. And something like that, would that have got made? You know, that's a difficult one to say.
Well, that's going to be on BBC.
I know, but then the BBC's under threat as well.
Is also the BBC and Channel 4 are similar, but the Channel 4 has a different remit, which allows it to be more adventurous.
Right.
And if you're not adventurous, then things don't get commissioned. If you only commission programmes based on market research, then you end up with, you know, some of the great, significant... A show like 40 Towers wouldn't have got commissioned if it had been left to the market, because no one was crying out for a sitcom set in a hotel in Newquay. You know, so it wouldn't have happened. Anyway, to move on to Jimmy Saville.
When
yes.
you got offered that, or I don't know how it worked, but I mean, did you hesitate? Was it something you thought?
Yes,
yeah,
I understand. I certainly understand the revulsion people have for it, natural revulsion. But I think that it's as with all difficult subject matter, it's better to talk about it than to not talk about it.
Yep.
I mean, people like Dominic West played Fred West.
Yes.
Dennis Nielsen was played recently by Neil Tennant. And David Tennant, sorry.
That's OK. Neil Tennant, that would have been interesting casting, but yeah. No,
David Tennant,
good.
thank you for the correction. Sorry. Yes, but the point is people play these monsters, and there wasn't the same revulsion. I think partly it's because I'm playing someone who either hoodwinked a nation and groomed a nation, or if you're being slightly less charitable, the nation enabled him.
I think
and that's
the latter,
and that is why people, I think, are uncomfortable about it. But like with all these things, you have to sort of lance the boil by contemplating and looking back and sort of reflecting on why he was allowed to happen, how he was able to do this, and then learning from it. Then you can move on. But
no, you're right. You're absolutely right. And a lot of people have criticised it. You've got to see it first.
And also, yes, have a look. So look at it before you tell me it's going to be a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
It's actually, I think it's very good. It's written by Neil Mackay, who's got great provenance in writing drama. Jeff Pope produced it, who's wrote lots of dramas, some with me, in fact. It's based on Dan Davis' book, In Plain Sight, which is very respected work, done in conjunction with the victims. Victims cooperated with this. Many of them visited the set when I was shooting the programme.
Gosh, that must have been quite a bizarre experience for them.
But many of them understood the need to look at it, and people are held accountable, including the BBC. You know, there's no whitewash in this drama. So I think I think it does actually do those three things. It is informative, it is educational, and does it entertain? Well, it's a fascinating subject, whichever way you look at it. So it can't be. It's not dull, but it's something that is important. It's important.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You really are. And in the meantime, though, as well as that, gosh, your life is like, you're playing something like that, and then you're playing Alan. It's quite sort of difficult.
Well, actually, having done when I finished Saville, I went straight on to writing a live comedy show with Alan Partridge. I have to say, it was a great relief.
I'll bet it was.
To be able to do something which is just unadulterated joy, and also to remind myself that that there are, especially in these dark times.
We need to laugh.
There are
Steve,
good people in the world.
There are indeed, and that's important.
And you find laughter in the darkest of places.
You do. Thank you so much. Great to see you. Thank you so much. And the tour continues tonight. You're in Liverpool tonight, so there. Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub, and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.